What up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I go by the name of DJ Odyssey, and on today's video I feel like we're just gonna break down this track that I made here. The biggest problem with this track is that I recorded a whole tutorial where I'm showing you how to do it from start to finish, only to find out at the end that I actually did not record the audio of FL Studio, so means the whole footage was for nothing. So I decided that I'm just gonna break this down so that all that time taken is not for nothing, you know. So I'm just gonna break this down with you guys and show you what happened. And I actually did this like a few days ago, and I was discouraged for a few days. Like, damn man, I spent a whole hour making a whole tutorial on this, and the audio of it. Sorry for that. But otherwise, we are here now, and I'm also praying that there's audio in this, you know. So I'm just gonna break this down. But first, before I break this down, this time I want to play it for you so that you guys can hear what we're actually breaking down. So I'm gonna put it somewhere where it's kind of busy, and then you guys can hear what it sounds like. Well, as you guys can hear, there's like a big banger. And then what I'm gonna do now is just try to break it down so that you guys can know what I really did to actually make this whole project, you know. So now I feel like I'm just gonna put it where the climax is. And then we just gonna keep doing until you hear what it sounds like, you know. So now I started with a kick, right? I'm using Afro House Universe sample pack on this. Right? Make sure you get that sample pack. It's really gonna help you out a lot if you're looking for nice shakers, nice drums. If you're not good with chords, it will give you some chords inside. So it's packed with a lot of things inside, and then so also the MIDI is inside there as well. So you can tweak anything that you find inside the sample pack. Also has waves of things, a lot of things. So make sure you get that sample pack now. It will really help you out. But for now, let's break this, you know. First thing is a kick. Sounds like this. It's as simple as this, like that, right? Number two, I use the wood sound. We do this with it. So I'm just gonna break down the drums, and then we have a hat, which goes like this. Great, very simple stuff. And then you have another hat that goes like, there's like an open hat this time. And then you could even use a ride for this, you know, just to make sure that you have something that hits like, you know, but you still keep your things a little bit lower than your kick, you know. If you take a look at this now, you see, again, things like the hi-hats, and we have the higher frequencies. What you do is you don't want them to be too loud, because if they are loud, they're gonna be over your kick. So you make sure that you keep them lower, so that because you can actually hear these sounds. the reason why we call them at the higher frequencies. So you reduce them so that they can be leveled up with your kicks, your bass lines, and everything. Just make sure that you keep them a little bit low. You will always hear those sounds, you know. Even if you keep them very low, you will still hear them, you know. And then we have a shaker here as well, shaker loop. If you notice, look at how low my shaker is. But you can hear it, it sounds loud, you know. And then now, next thing is I added a snare. It looks like this. And then the clap. So I added 2 claps on this. So I have another clap going down like that. Remember the clap is also on a higher register. And then so don't want it to be too loud, but I only did it a little bit louder because it's where the climax of the song is, you know. So here they are. And I also pen them a little bit left to right, and then that's it. And then we have another, okay, we have a top loop. It sounds like this. So simple. And then before I get to this percussion loop, we have a down filler or a down lifter. It just goes like this. And we also have another down filler reversed. So this one was just reversed. And then it sounds like this. So it becomes like a fill, you know. And then now I added another shaker loop for the climax part of the song so that it can be a little bit busy, you know. And it sounds like this. So now you have 2 shaker loops and a top loop, and then all those nice percussions added on, and then everything in there. That's it. Get it in my sample pack. So now let's get down to business now. I'm gonna start with the bass anyway because it's a plug bass. With the plug bass, what happens is that's how it goes. So I tried by all means to use stock plugins on this whole beat, right? It's nothing from outside, just stock plugins, and except for maybe the vocals, I got them somewhere. And then, yeah, a lot of things here, it's stock plugins. Everything is stock plugins. It's just my packs and stock plugins. So now, I use Flex. There's a plug called Beach Plug. You find it inside Sense, whatever this is, you know? And then it sounds like this. So the whole thing about Afro tech is that you identify your key or scale, you know. So I'm playing on E. So this whole song will be on E minor. So I'm putting this on an E minor scale on the root note, you know. So it just keeps going like that, very simple. And then from there, I want to play the bass line, but I don't feel like playing the bass line first. I want to go to the pad. I got the pad from Poison. It sounds like this. And then from the pad, I felt like now I can add in like a nice melody, right? So the melody, I got it from Soa. It's called Fingered Nylon. Sounds like this. So what I did with this whole thing is that I wanted to cut off the filter from Soa. So what I did here is, you see this cutoff here on the filter? I just kept increasing it As you can hear how it sounds. So you just let it play. So this is the filter here, just so that it can keep getting these highs on it, you know, as it goes, you know. And then on this part is just an automation for the lows here. If you listen to this, I have to put it around the beginning here. So as you can hear, like this thing is just an EQ on the saw. This one is just this EQ. Like what you do with AfroTech, a lot of automations are very important. And then again, on the pad, something I didn't show is that there's a lot of cutoffs on the EQ. I cut off the highs and the lows on it, you know. And then now we get to hammer. So on hammer, I use the thing called butterfly here, and it sounds like this. Sounds like this, sounds dope, right? And then so I added like a reverb on butterfly. There's this reverb, I don't know how to pronounce it. Lugs reverb. So what I did with this thing is that on its wet, I wanted it to keep getting some reverb, more reverb as it goes, you know. So I automated the wetness of Lux reverb, right? And so that it can keep going. As you can hear, the more it keeps going, the more fuller it gets onto the whole song, you know. So that's what I did with this whole thing. And then I went into orchestral from Citrus, right? And then I just wanted some strings, and they sound like this. Let me do this first. So I'm just gonna play you the strings alone for now. All right, cool. One thing I did on the strings is the automation that I did on the strings from Citrus. Let's put it here and put it in the song mode. And then let's get inside Citrus. See this X and Y here, right? I automated this too. I start them from the bottom and until they reach this part. So they're just gonna go like, they're just gonna go like that. Because that now with the automation, it's gonna start from here until here, and then from here they're all at the top, right? And that's what I did on these, you know. And then now let's get down again. I went to Harmless this time. On Harmless, I found another sound here. It's called Neo Retro. It goes like this. It's like the same melody. I just played it a higher octave. And let's see some EQ. And also the reverb. You know, I also have the reverb automation on this, so that when it keeps going, the more it gets reverb on it, you know. And then Same thing, it's not a hectic thing. And then now let's get to this part of the song where I added like a piano from Flex. So the grand piano comes from Flex and it sounds like this. Who said you can't find a good piano inside FL Studio? You have Flex now, you still have FL keys, you still have the direct wave thing, which has some nice pianos, and you can still keep looking for more because FL Studio has a lot of hidden things inside, man. So that's what we have. And then I went for the bass line. Let's go for the sub bass. The sub bass, I got it from Kepler X Pro, EXO, and then EXO. That's how it sounds. So what happens here is that you look for the cutoff, the frequency part of it, this part, right? What I'm doing is I'm automating this thing so that it can keep going like this. You get it, right? So that's what I'm actually automating on this whole thing. And then also what I did is I added like a nice side chain to it. The side chain comes from Effector. You use Trant, and you put it on 1-to-1, and then you kind of look for where you want to put this thing at. I was comfortable with this part, right? And I use this wave here so that it can have that feel that you get in that side chain feel that you kind of hearing on this whole thing, you know. So this sums up everything that's on the song, right? And then I'll see you guys on my next video. I love you guys so much. Hope that this was helpful. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. See you on my next one. Peace. Peace.